Welcome back to Houston as the Dolphins and the Oilers get ready for their battle today. We said
goes into, hangs in those lights, comes out, hard to catch. There's a lot of tough things about this place to play football. It is very hot on that field. It's not great, never has been.
34-yard attempt. 34 yards for Nedney. And he boots it through. So from the hold by John Kidd, Joe Nedney gets the field goal on the last play of the half. Jimmy Johnson, the Port Arthur, Texas native with his homecoming, finds himself down by 4 at halftime. Now for the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. For hot and wow, call Domino's. Now.
And welcome those of you who have been watching Houston play the Miami Dolphins. Welcome. It's Joe Gibbs, Mike Ditka, Cris Collinsworth. I'm Greg Gumbel. Here are the scores and highlights as we have them now. In the game that you are watching, the field goal by Joe Nedney there, pulling the Dolphins to within 4. 14-10. Joe, the Oilers started out like a house of fire, and Miami has rallied slowly but surely.
And really, neither one of the teams have done a lot on offense. I say both quarterbacks are pretty sharp, but not a lot of yards. Miami blocks, gets a block punt there, and it probably gives them the one big play. But then all of a sudden you see here comes Marino kind of working them back. And you're right, it did look like all Houston, but I think we got a football game here. 2
early touchdown passes by Chris Chandler. Meanwhile, in San Francisco, the 49ers are leading Baltimore by a score of 17-10. Quarterback Steve Young sitting this one out after suffering a concussion last week. Elvis Gerbach starting in his place. Scoreless in the first. Baltimore's opening drive. Vinny Testaverde up top for Michael Jackson. 65 yards and a touchdown, 7-0 Ravens. Testaverde left the game in the second quarter with bruised ribs. He is expected back. 10-7 in the second. Gerbach, starting in place of Young, hooks up with Jerry Rice, 34 yards. Rice becomes the 49ers' all-time leading scorer. The Niners in the lead here by a score of 17-10. Chris?
You just have to wonder, is San Francisco still a championship caliber football team? We've seen them against Cincinnati and now against Baltimore, struggling against some of the lesser teams in the National Football League. The Baltimore Ravens have been averaging 33 points a game over the last 6 games and have won only 1. Pretty strong statement about the play of their defense, and yet San Francisco really not able to move the football that well.
In Arizona, the Cardinals, Boomer Esiason continues to throw well, 2 touchdown passes. Dave Brown continues to struggle, 21-6. Arizona leads the New York Giants. In San Diego, the 6-4 Chargers hold a 1-point lead on Tampa Bay, 14-13. Earlier today in Foxborough, the Broncos went in and staked a real heavy claim, 34-8. Big first half for that man, Terrell Davis, 107 yards from scrimmage, 3 touchdowns. After a botched fake punt by the Pats, John Elway to Davis, 15-yard touchdown, 7-0 Bronx. Then Davis on the ground from 10 yards out, 14-0 Denver. He wasn't done yet. Watch him drop the ball, bounce it, pick it up, dive into the end zone. 10th touchdown of the year, 21-0 Denver. Second half, Elway with the quarterback sneak, 34-8 was the final. The Broncos flexing their muscles, an NFL best 10-1. Terrell Davis with a huge day, 211 total yards, 3 touchdowns. He takes the NFL rushing lead from Jerome Bettis. Davis now leads by almost 100 yards, and it is a pretty powerful addition to the arsenal that already had John Elway.
What impressed me today was the fact that, hey, last year, it almost seemed like, hey, Denver goes in there, gets a big victory. It turned around and come back this year. It seemed like to me all the emotions should have been on the Pats side, and we know how Parcells is getting his team ready. I think this is a big statement. Denver goes back in there and crushes them again, a well-balanced attack.
Well, the big statement is this right now, that the Patriots have been scoring about 32 points a game over the last 8 games. Denver's D steps up, holds them to 8 points. This is the big difference in this football team. They always had Elway. They could always score points, but now they can stop people with their defense.
And don't forget, New England continues to struggle trying to stop the run. Terrell Davis, 154 yards in this one. The week before, Adrian Morrell, 128 yards. That has become the Achilles heel of this football team.
9 rushing attempts on the afternoon for the Patriots. That's a team low. In Philadelphia, big win for the Washington Redskins. They beat the Eagles 26-21. Sole possession of first place in the NFC East on the line. Quarterback Gus Frerotte to tight end Jamie Asher, 7 yards and a touchdown. His second TD of the game. Washington up 20-7. Ricky Waters goes over the 1,000-yard rushing mark today. He scored from the 1 to cut the Skins lead 23-21. 4th and 10 from the 21. Ty Detmer is looking for Freddie Solomon, but the pass is broken up And Norv Turner wins for the first time ever in November. Skins stand alone atop the standings in the NFC East. The final 26-21. Big victory for the Redskins. In Buffalo, big victory for the Bills. They knock off the Bengals, snap their 3-game win streak, 31-17. Bruce Coslett, 3-0 as the Bengals head coach coming into today's game. 14-0 Bills. Jim Kelly picked off by Ashley Ambrose. He returns at 31 yards. He leads the NFL with 8 interceptions. Buffalo's lead down to a touchdown. But the Bengals have the NFL's best turnover ratio. They make a costly mistake here. Jeff Blake's lateral to Kajana Carter is fumbled. David White picks up the loose ball, takes it 12 yards for the score. The Bengals are 4-7. The Bills improve to 8-3, 31-17. In Kansas City, the Chiefs hold on to beat the Bears today. 14-10, the final score. Chiefs hoping to deliver a knockout blow to Chicago. Steve Bono to Chris Penn at the Chicago 10, and Penn will do the rest. He slips a tackle en route to a 20-yard touchdown. This game tied at 7. Second quarter, Steve Bono to Kimball Anders, and with good blocking, Anders dives in for a 10-yard score, 14-7 Chiefs. It was 14-10 with 4 minutes to play. David Craig looking for Bobby Ingram, but Mark Collins with the interception for the touchback, and the Chiefs hold on to win it 14-10. Brave attempt by the Bears today, Mike.
Well, it really was. The last couple of weeks, they played 2 good football teams, Kansas City and Denver. They played them off the top. Now, you look at Kansas City. Last week, they scored a bunch of points against a good Packer team, and all of a sudden, they come up against the Bears. The Bears they're going to beat somebody going through this thing. They're going to up somebody. Season they could be Green Bay.
All right, Mike. The other early finals today: Pittsburgh at home over Jacksonville, 28-3. The Lions boosted to a breaking their 4-game losing streak. They win 17-16. The Colts hold on to beat the Jets, 34-29. St. Louis over Carolina. Carolina over St. Louis, 20-10, and Atlanta by 2 over New Orleans, 17-15. We'll send you back to Houston for the second half right after this.
Hey, Keith, this guy says he's looking for Dan Marino. I wasn't aware of any visitors for Dan. Sorry, Dan's busy. Going somewhere? And you are... Oops, so sorry. Didn't I tell you this is private property?
Marino throwing deep, has a man open.
Hey, maybe we can give Dan a message for you. Man, people are so pushy these days.
Tuesday on an all-new Mad About You. Hey, Kevin Bacon and Carol Burnett's back. Uh-oh, the big baby secret's out.
How long have you known? 3.
What? At least she's taking it well. Then, on an all-new Something So Right, a shocking discovery in Will's room.
Hello.
And on an all-new Frasier, will Niles finally declare his love for Daphne?
I'm completely calm about it.
Then, on an all-new Caroline, what's up with Annie?
Tonight, it's Manny.
What? All-new NBC Tuesday.
Scratch almost any large city, and you'll find most of its citizens grew up with small-town values. They believe in hard work and loyalty to family, and they know a person's character is more important than his history. Today, BB&T has a lot of branches, but we're also defined by the values where we grew up. If you're looking for a bank where loans are made by people, not just by the numbers, we'd like to get to know you. BB&T, you can tell we want your business.
Thousands have taken advantage of Virginia Beach Dodge and Greenbrier Dodge's unbeatable offer. Their ad is our ad.
I found the prices here to be the best.
Awesome.
You can't beat the price.
Bring us an ad from any car dealer in the country. We'll beat it or give you $100. And that goes for a Dodge Caravan, Motor Trend's Car of the Year, or any other car from the largest inventory of Dodges in the state. So bring us an ad. We'll beat the deal. Their ad is our ad. Only at Virginia Beach Dodge and Greenbrier Dodge.
It's a test you can't afford to fail. Wednesday at 11.
Good evening, everyone. A 10-year-old girl is dead, hit by a car in Newport News.
It happened at 11 o'clock this morning, and Erica Johnson is live from the WAVY newsroom at the Daily Press with more on this tragic story. Erica.
Well, the victim is 10-year-old Brittany Lowry of Toano, Virginia. Police say she was in town with her family visiting friends when she was hit by a moving car. Now, this was the scene at the intersection of Tabbs Lane and Warwick Boulevard. Apparently, Lowry was trying to cross the street with another child and 3 adults. The 10-year-old moved ahead of the group and was struck by 55-year-old Preston Austin. Austin was driving a red Chevy Blazer. Lowry was pushed forward several feet before the vehicle came to a stop. She was later pronounced dead at Riverside Hospital.
What happened basically, she was in with a group and then ran out into traffic.
Now, at this point, police don't expect to charge the driver. They say he wasn't speeding, nor did he violate any traffic violations. We'll have more on the story for you tonight at 11. I'm Erica Johnson from the WAVY newsroom at the Daily Press. Back to you.
Very sad story. Okay, Erica, thank you for that report. Well, police in Norfolk are investigating a homicide tonight. As we told you at 11 last night, 52-year-old Roosevelt Williams was found dead. It happened in the 3800 block of Powhatan Avenue. If you have any information, call Norfolk Police at 664-4040.
A flea market popular with weekend shoppers still isn't back open for business. Fire tore through Bill's Flea Market a week ago today. Investigators say faulty wiring started it. Vendors lost thousands of dollars and had hoped to be back and running in a couple days. We'll find out how they're dealing with the loss tonight on WAVY News 10 at 11. And it was a fine day to get out and do a little shopping or do a little something else.
It was pretty warm out there, wasn't it?
Very nice. Let's head over to Jim in our local weather station. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Shelley. I think warmer is probably the word that would typify our weather. Boy, it's going to take it a while to really get warm. You notice, though, that we have the clouds here conglomerating to our west here on our visible image. This brings us right up to about dark. That's a sure sign that we have a front that's going to be moving across the country. A very good potential that could bring us some rain. Say we're thinking in terms maybe of about Monday night. No real severe weather. You can see there's a lot of rain with this system, but it's going to be moisture-starved as it moves on out. We should start to see the high cirrus clouds start to blow off in our area, and we will see an increase in clouds. In the meantime, high warm pressure will be in here, but a question of what is warm. We've come to define anything over about 50 degrees as warm with the kind of weather we've had over the past week. Cold air starting to settle in out here in the western part of the country, but it really won't be a real big cold outbreak like we've seen in some recent days. It looks as though that this week the temperatures will be decidedly warmer than what they were. Here's the forecast ahead for tonight. We'll go with mostly clear skies. We'll see 39 degrees. We'll have northwest winds coming in at around 5. In fact, this will be one of the tamer overnight lows we've seen. Now, tomorrow we'll see increase in clouds, mostly cloudy skies, 58 degrees, and rain arriving tomorrow night. I'm thinking in terms maybe of about a 60% chance of rain. We'll have more later on. Greg and Shelley.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will see you tonight at 11 o'clock.
Bye-bye.
One serial killer can terrorize a city.
I gotta find out what we're dealing with.
But two...
Get out of my gun!
Two can bring it to its knees.
Tell me where the bodies are.
America's toughest cop is caught in the crossfire between America's most dangerous criminals.
He's on the third floor. He's got a hostage.
Brian Dennehy, Charles Dutton.
You scared? Should be.
In an NBC world premiere movie.
It's payback time, pal.
Jack Reed, Death and Vengeance, NBC tonight.
It has the most powerful gas and diesel engines of any full-size pickup. It has the most available payload and towing. It has the roomiest cab of all. And better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. It's the truck that wrote a whole new rule book. Now available in a leather-bound edition. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
A high-tech war on drugs. Monday at 6.